Good morning, dear students. This is your teacher Neelam Melawat, and we are doing the chapter The Microbial World. Okay, dear students, in the previous module, we have talked about the different types of microorganisms. Right? We have talked about the bacteria, we have talked about the algae. Okay, and in this particular module, we'll be talking about the fungi. This category of microorganisms, in these organisms rather, chlorophyll is absent, means they do not contain chlorophyll. That is, they are heterotrophic. They have heterotrophic nutrition, means they cannot prepare their own food. They are saprophytic and they are parasitic in nature. And you can easily see some of the pictures, you can see easily some of the examples, like we prepare idli with the help of yeast. The mushrooms that we generally have, we cook, vegetables using the mushrooms, mutton mushroom we generally enjoy. So mushroom is an example of fungi. Okay, mushroom is an example of fungi. Okay, right. Now let's come to some other features. If you remember, dear students, fungi basically, they are, as I told you, they are non-green organisms because they do not contain chlorophyll. But they are made up of, they are made up of thread-like structures. They are made up of thread-like structures, right? And these thread-like structures, they are called as hyphae. What do we call them as? Hyphae. The thread-like structures, they are called as hyphae. क्या कहते हैं बेटा उनको? Hyphae. Okay. And in earlier times, they were considered as plants. They were considered as non-green plants. शुरुआत में ऐसा माना जाता था बेटा कि fungi जो है वो plants हैं. They were not considered as organisms. Okay, they were considered as plants that do not contain chlorophyll. Means they are the plants that cannot perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and they also contain cell wall. Cell wall भी इनके अंदर present होती है. Okay, and as I told you, they can be categorized into two different types. One is saprophytic, another is parasitic. Saprophytic means they depend on dead and decaying matter. Dead and decaying matter. बेटे अगर आपने ऑब्जर्व किया है, if you have observed ever, तो आपने देखा होगा mushrooms जो है generally they are grown in the cow dung, right? Yes, they also grow in the decaying wood logs. जो लकड़ी खराब हो जाती है, गीली हो जाती है, वहां पर भी आपको mushrooms grow होते दिख जाएंगे. So fungi generally requires water for its growth. It feeds on dead and decaying matter. Parasitic means it lives on the body of host. So two different types of nutrition is found in fungi. One is saprophytic, another is parasitic. Now fungi mostly they are found in the warm and moist places. As I just told you, they require water for their growth. So they are generally observed in the warm and the moist places. And we have discussed some examples already, isn't it? That we use yeast to make the idlis, dosa in our houses. Rhizopus that you can easily observe on the bread mold. आपने देखा है ना, ब्रेड को अगर हम रख देते हैं खराब हो जाती है तो उसके ऊपर राइजोपस फंगस लग जाती है. Agaricus, that is your mushroom, and penicillium. These are the few examples. Now except yeast. Yeast जो है बेटा, yeast जो फंगस है वो यूनिसेलुलर है. ये बहुत बार एग्जाम में पूछते हैं बेटा. Name a unicellular fungi. Okay, name a unicellular fungi. So yeast is a unicellular fungi. Okay, except yeast, all fungi are multicellular. Okay, yeast is unicellular while all other fungi they are multicellular. And mushrooms we can see with our naked eyes. हमें mushrooms जो है बेटा नजर आते हैं. Mushrooms हम देख सकते हैं, isn't it? हम mushrooms देख पाते हैं ना बेटा? Yes, mushrooms we can easily see, but mushrooms बेटा हमें बहुत अच्छे से दिखते हैं. लेकिन मशरूम्स के अलावा बेटा बाकी सभी फंजाई जो हैं वो माइक्रोस्कोपिक होती हैं, मीन्स वी कैन नॉट सी देम, दे आर ऑल माइक्रोस्कोपिक, isn't it? They are microscopic, means we can only observe under microscope. ठीक है, we can only observe them under microscope. हम उन्हें माइक्रोस्कोप में ही देख सकते हैं बेटा. And can you name an algae which can be seen with naked eyes? देख सकते हैं. Correct. Mushrooms. We can see mushrooms. Rest all fungi, they are microscopic in nature. We can only see them under the microscope. Okay? Let's see some of the examples. As I told you, yeast is unicellular, right? Rhizopus, that is your bread mold. Agaricus, your mushrooms. And penicillium, as you can see. So these are the 4 famous examples. Okay, you have to remember at least 2 examples from here. One you can remember is yeast, which is unicellular. Yeast is unicellular fungus. Okay? And rhizopus and all these 3, they are multicellular. Okay, they are multicellular, means they are made up of many cells, while yeast is made up of single cell. Right, everyone? Okay. Now let's do an activity. Suppose if we want to observe, right? We want to observe. If you want to observe the, some amount of fungus, we can easily observe it under microscope. ठीक है बेटा, एक एक्टिविटी हम करते हैं और हमें समझ आएगा कि किस तरीके से हम फंगस को ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं. सो लेट्स टेक अ ब्रेड. Suppose we have taken a piece of bread. हमने एक bread का piece लिया है and we have put some water over it. हमने उसके ऊपर some water sprinkle किया है. So suppose this is our bread. Okay, we have taken the bread and we are sprinkling water over it. Right? Now keep it in a plastic bag. अब आप इसको जो है बेटा plastic bag से cover कर दीजिए. And keep it at a warm place. Right? Keep it at a warm place. And leave it for a week. एक हफ्ते के लिए आप इसे भूल जाइए. Okay, I'm again repeating. Okay, bread. आप एक bread का piece लीजिए बेटा. Okay. Now sprinkle water over it. Put some water. आप इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा water sprinkle कर दीजिए. Now keep this bread in the plastic bag. Keep this plastic bag at a warm place and leave it undisturbed for a week. एक हफ्ते तक आप इसको एक जगह पर रख दीजिए. Now, let's see what you will observe after a week. After a week, you will observe the bread changes like this. Have you observed this? आपने देखा है कि bread इस तरीके से change हो जाती है, उसके ऊपर कुछ green colors आप देख सकते हैं. Yes? Can you observe this kind of structure? Yes, this structure is nothing but rhizopus. Okay, this structure is nothing but the rhizopus. That means, and when you observe it under microscope, जब आप इसको observe करेंगे microscope के नीचे, so you will have this kind of structure. आप इस तरीके का structure बेटा नीचे observe कर सकते हैं. I think आपने ऐसा notice किया होगा कि breads अक्सर खराब हो जाते हैं गर्मी में. अगर हम भूल जाते हैं, if you leave the packet open and you leave it in outside, तो after 1 or 2 days you will observe that the bread turns greenish, isn't it बेटा? Brownish greenish सा structure उसके ऊपर grow हो जाता है. If you have not observed, now try observing it, right? अगर आपने नहीं observe किया है तो आप इसे कोशिश करिएगा कि आप observe करें. ठीक है बेटा? And this kind of structure we will observe it under microscope. Clear है? Okay. Now हमेशा ध्यान रखिए बेटा, जो ये हम थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, जब हमने ब्रेड को बहुत अच्छे से प्रॉपर्ली ऑब्जर्व किया है, नाउ वी हैव टू वॉश आवर हैंड्स थॉरली. ऑब्जर्व करने के बाद हमने अपने हैंड्स को वॉश कर लेना है, बिकॉज ये जो फंगस है जो हमने ऑब्जर्व किया है, इट रिलीजेस सर्टेन टॉक्सिन्स. कुछ जहरीला पॉइजन ये रिलीज करती है, एंड अगर आपने वो कंज्यूम कर लिया, आपने वो खा लिया, तो दिस माइट लीड टू फूड पॉइजनिंग. सो वंस यू परफॉर्म दिस एक्टिविटी एंड वंस यू ऑब्जर्व द स्ट्रक्चर अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप, यू आर सपोज टू वॉश योर हैंड्स थॉरली. ओके, अपने हाथ आपने धोने हैं बहुत अच्छे से बिफोर टचिंग एनी अदर ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट? Yes. This is beautiful, beta. This is beautiful structures you will see. You will see these kind of structures. See, they are hyphae. These are long thread-like structures, as you can see here. They are hyphae. Okay. Rest of the details we will be discussing in the higher classes. So for this time being, you remember this much. Okay, beta? Okay. So let's come to your homework. So you have to first of all, you have to make notes of this topic. Okay. I hope everybody will be making it. And you will read the page numbers 23 to 25. आप page numbers 23, 25 को अच्छे से read करेंगे. And if there is any doubt, any query you have, you will consult with me. Okay? Okay then. Bye everyone.